Okay, let me paint you a picture, girl. I was like 7 years old, living my best life, feeling my fantasy in the living room. It was raining outside, so naturally I popped open my cute little rainbow umbrella indoors, pretending I was in a music video. Suddenly my Lola materializes out of thin air, moving faster than my internet connection when I'm trying to download a new game. She snatched that umbrella so fast my ancestors felt the whiplash. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "Do you want someone in this family to die?" And I was like, oh, okay, work. That's when I learned that in a Filipino household, superstitions aren't just suggestions, they're the law, okay? They are the gospel truth, period. If you're Filipino, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Our culture is packed with these little rules and warnings that make absolutely no sense logically, but you follow them anyway because your Titus and Lolas will literally haunt you if you don't. They're passed down from generation to generation, and honestly, they're a part of what makes our culture so spicy. You don't question it, you just do it. It's like, why is the sky blue? Why do we have a giant wooden spoon and fork in the dining room? We don't know, it just is. It's this beautiful, chaotic, and sometimes terrifying part of our identity. So for you, my loves, I've been collecting some of the wildest, most bizarre, and downright questionable Filipino beliefs that people, and yes, I mean me and my family, still follow to this day. I'm talking about beliefs that will have you clutching your pearls, questioning your reality, and maybe even changing your daily routine. So get your holy water, put on your red underwear for protection, and get ready, because today we're diving into 10 bizarre Filipino beliefs that you won't believe actually exist. Let's get this cultural tea, bitches. Alright, let's kick things off with a classic, a New Year's Eve banger. If you're a short king or queen and you're Filipino, you've definitely been a victim of this. It's the belief that if you jump as high as you can at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve, you'll grow taller in the coming year. Yes, you heard me, forget genetics, forget nutrition. The secret to unlocking your inner supermodel height is literally just jumping. It's giving magic. It's giving delusion. I remember every single December 31st of my childhood. The clock would be ticking down, 10, 9, 8. And my mom would be looking at me and my cousins with this intense coach-like energy. You'd think we were about to compete in the Olympics. She'd be yelling, "Get ready! Higher this year! Signa, jump!" And the moment the clock hits midnight, it is pure, unadulterated chaos. Every child in the house is jumping like their life depends on it. It's a whole scene, girl. You've got toddlers barely getting any air, preteens trying to look cool while secretly jumping their hearts out, and parents cheering on the sidelines. It's a mosh pit of hope and vertical aspirations. You're dodging fireworks outside, you're trying not to spill the pancit, and you're desperately trying to gain an extra inch before the magic of midnight wears off. It's a workout, honestly. The next morning, you'd run to the nearest wall to check if it worked. And did it work? Let's just say I'm not walking the Victoria's Secret runway anytime soon. But the belief is so strong, my tita would literally be like, "Oh, you grew half a centimeter. It's the jumping." And I'm like, "Tita, that's just my hair growing, but okay, pop off." It's this beautiful mix of hope and group exercise that really starts the year off on a high note. Get it? High? Because you're jumping? Anyway. The science is not there, the evidence is non-existent, but the vibes? Immaculate. It's one of those things that's just so fun and so deeply ingrained in the celebration. You do it for the culture, you do it for the laughs, and you do it for that tiny flickering hope that maybe, just maybe, this is the year you'll finally be able to reach the top shelf without a chair. It's a core memory for so many of us. So, next time you see a group of Filipino kids losing their minds and jumping on New Year's Eve, don't be alarmed. They're not possessed. They're just trying to secure their future height. They're investing in their vertical stocks. It's a tradition that's less about actual growth and more about the collective joy and the ridiculous, wonderful hope that a little jump can change everything. It's the most Filipino thing ever. Okay, next up, let's talk about money, honey, because who doesn't love talking about money? In the Philippines, your body is basically a walking, talking financial advisor. I'm talking about the superstition of the itchy palm. The rule is simple. If your left palm is itchy, it means money is coming your way. Ka-ching! But if your right palm is itchy, girl, you better hold on to your wallet, because you're about to spend some cash or lose it. This isn't just a casual, "oh, my hand is itchy" moment. No, this is a serious event. The moment my mom feels an itch on her left palm, her eyes light up. She'll start scratching it and be like, "Ooh, money is coming. Maybe your Tito from America is sending a balikbayan box." It's like she just got a push notification from the universe's bank account. She's manifesting, she's meditating, she's ready to receive her blessings. On the flip side, an itchy right palm is a code red, a financial emergency. You are not, and I repeat, not supposed to scratch it. They say if you scratch your itchy right palm, you're basically encouraging the money to leave. You're waving it goodbye. So what do? You're supposed to rub it on wood. Yes, wood. Knock on wood, rub on wood, do whatever you have to do to stop that itch without using your other hand. I have literally seen my Lola with a furiously itchy right palm, frantically looking for a wooden table, a door, a chair, anything to rub her hand on. She'll be in the middle of a conversation and just start rubbing her palm on the dining table like she's trying to start a fire. It's a whole production. People will look at you crazy, but in your head you're like, I'm saving my coins, bitch, you wouldn't get it. It completely changes your behavior. You're about to buy that cute top, but then your right palm starts tingling. Is it a sign? Is the universe telling you to save your money for your electricity bill? Probably. And when the left palm starts itching, oh, you feel invincible. You might just go buy a lottery ticket. You're feeling lucky, you're feeling wealthy, you're feeling like the main character in a movie about getting rich. So, is there any truth to it? Who knows, girl? But it's one of those things that's fun to believe in. It adds a little bit of drama and magic to the mundane. Your body isn't just a body, it's a fortune teller, a stock market ticker, a living, breathing wallet alarm. Next time your palm gets itchy, pay attention. The universe might be trying to send you a financial forecast and you don't want to miss that tea. Alright, let's get a little spooky, a little paranormal. This next one is for all my night owls and my neighbors who always run out of ingredients. We're talking about the salt curfew. In the Philippines, there is a very, very serious, unwritten rule. You do not, under any circumstances, give or lend salt to anyone after the sun has gone down. It's a big no-no. It's like a culinary crime. Why, you ask? Because salt isn't just for making your adobo taste bomb. In Filipino folklore, salt is a powerful protective element. It wards off evil spirits, demons, and all those other uninvited spooky guests. So, if you give away your salt at night, you're basically giving away your home security system. You're leaving your front door wide open for the aswang and the multo to come in and have a party. I have a very real, very vivid memory of this. We had a new neighbor move in and they were lovely but clearly not aware of the local spiritual bylaws. It was around 8 p.m. and the wife came over to our house asking to borrow a cup of salt. My mom opened the door, smiled, and then the neighbor said the forbidden word, salt. The smile on my mom's face literally froze and melted off at the same time. It was a whole mood shift. My mom, trying to be polite but also trying to protect her family from a demonic invasion, was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, we just ran out." I was standing right behind her, and I knew for a fact that we had a giant Costco-sized bag of salt in the pantry. We had enough salt to mummify a whole dynasty, but you don't break the rule. The neighbor looked so confused, but my mom just stood there, smiling nervously, until she left. The moment the door closed, my mom turned to me and said, "See, that's how you get spirits in the house. Never give away salt at night." It was a lesson. It's this idea that your resources, especially the protective ones, are for you and your family once darkness falls. It's a time to lock down, not to be generous with your spiritual armor. It's a matter of supernatural safety. So, if you're ever in the Philippines and you need salt for your late-night dinner, you better have planned ahead. Don't go knocking on your neighbor's door because you'll either be met with a flat-out lie or a look of pure terror. It's a superstition that blends practicality with the paranormal. A reminder that in our culture, the veil between our world and the spirit world is very, very thin, especially after dark. And you need all the salt you can get. Let's stay on the topic of home protection because apparently a Filipino house needs more security than the Pentagon. This one is an everyday ritual, a simple act that you probably do without even thinking, but it's loaded with supernatural significance. I'm talking about the doorway slipper force field. The belief is that you should always leave a pair of slippers, or at your doorway, but facing outwards. The logic? It's not just to have something to slip on when you go outside. Oh no, honey, it's much deeper than that. The slippers act as a decoy or a deterrent for spirits. The idea is that when a lost soul or a mischievous ghost, comes to your door, it will see the slippers facing away from the house and think that someone has just left. So, the spirit will follow the direction of the slippers and go away. It's like you're tricking the ghost. You're basically saying, sorry boo, you just missed them. The party's over. Better luck next time. It's a simple, low-effort, ghost-proofing technique that has been passed down for generations. My Lola was a stickler for this. If she saw slippers facing inwards, she would immediately flip them around. It was a reflex. It was as important as locking the door. And it's not just any slippers, it's usually the master of the house's slippers, or just a random beat-up pair of Havaianas that have seen better days. It doesn't matter. As long as they're pointing towards the great outdoors, they're doing their spiritual duty. It creates this invisible barrier, this force field that keeps the bad vibes out. It's so ingrained in the culture that you'll see it in houses from the city to the province. Think about it, it's kind of genius in its simplicity. You don't need fancy ghost hunting equipment or expensive rituals. All you need is a pair of 50 peso slippers from the market. It's accessible spirituality, it's DIY ghost repellent, it's a testament to the Filipino belief that protection can be found in the most ordinary everyday objects. So the next time you're at a Filipino friend's house, take a peek at their front door. I guarantee you'll see a pair of slippers, perfectly aligned, pointing away from the home. It's not just a messy habit, it's a calculated, strategic move in the constant, low-key war against the spirit world. It's a silent guardian, a rubbery protector, our very own slipper-based security system. Okay, this next one is a little dark, a little morbid, but it is 100% a real thing and it happens all the time. We're heading to a Filipino wake, wakes in the Philippines are long social affairs, but they also come with a whole set of very specific, very spooky rules. One of the most unique and, let's be real, bizarre rituals involves the children in the family. It's called the over-the-casket kid shuffle. The belief goes that when an adult in the family passes away, their spirit might get lonely and want to take a companion with them to the afterlife. And who are the most vulnerable? The children, especially the young ones who were close to the deceased. So, to prevent the spirit of the dead from, kidnapping the soul of a child, there's a counter-ritual. You have to pass the child over the open casket. I know, it sounds wild, but I have seen this with my own two eyes. After you pay your respects, before the casket is closed for the final time, the parents will bring their babies and toddlers up to the casket. Then, one adult on one side of the casket will lift the child and pass them over the deceased to another adult on the other side. It's a literal handoff, right over the body. The idea is to confuse the spirit. It's like telling the spirit, this child belongs to the world of the living, not yours. You can't take them. For the kids who are a little older and too heavy to be passed, they're made to walk under the casket if it's on a high stand. It's a very solemn, very serious moment. There's no joking around. The parents are genuinely doing this to protect their children from supernatural harm. I remember being a kid and seeing my little cousins being passed over my granduncle's casket. It was unsettling, but everyone treated it with such gravity. It's a powerful moment that really shows how deeply these beliefs about the spirit world are held. It's a mix of grief, love, and a very pragmatic approach to dealing with the paranormal. You're mourning, but you're also taking active steps to protect the next generation. It's a tradition born out of fear, but also out of immense love. It's a parent's desperate attempt to shield their child from something they can't see but truly believe is there. It's a physical act to sever a spiritual tie. So if you ever find yourself at a Filipino wake and see a baby being passed over the casket, don't be shocked. It's not performance art. It's a sacred spiritual transaction to keep the family safe. Let's stay at the wake for this next one because the spooky rules just keep on coming. This superstition is all about what you can and cannot see. We're talking about the mirror moratorium. When someone dies in a Filipino household or when the body is brought home for the wake, one of the first things that happens is that all the mirrors in the house are covered up. Every single one. You'll see them draped with white cloths, blankets, or even taped over with newspaper. The big mirror in the living room, the one in the bathroom, the one on the vanity table, all of them are blinded. It creates a very eerie, very strange atmosphere in the house. You're constantly catching glimpses of these shrouded shapes where your reflection should be. So, why the big cover-up? The belief has a couple of spooky layers. The first and most common one is that mirrors are portals. They're not just for checking if your hair looks good, they're gateways to the spirit world. And during a wake, when the veil between worlds is already thin, A mirror is an open invitation for the deceased spirit to get trapped, or for other, less friendly spirits to come through into our world. The second part of the belief is even more terrifying. It's said that if you look into a mirror in a house where a wake is being held, you might see the reflection of the deceased person standing behind you. And if that happens, it's considered a terrible omen. It means that you're next. Yes, girl, seeing the ghost in the mirror is basically a supernatural death sentence. It means the spirit has marked you. So covering the mirrors is a mandatory safety precaution. It's to avoid any accidental peeks into the spirit world and to prevent anyone from getting a ghostly premonition of their own demise. People take this so seriously. I've seen Titus scold teenagers for trying to fix their makeup in their phone screen because even that reflective surface is considered risky. It's a practice that completely transforms the feeling of a home. A house without reflections is a house that feels muted. It's a visual representation of the mourning and the fear that coexist during a wake. It's a reminder that you have to be careful, that you have to respect the boundaries between the living and the dead. So, if you walk into a Filipino home and all the mirrors are covered, you know that grief is present, and so is a deep, deep respect for the power of the unseen. Okay, let's go outside for this one. Let's take a little walk, but be very, very careful where you point. This superstition is one that every Filipino kid learns the hard way, usually after getting yelled at by their lola. The rule is, you should never, ever point your finger directly at a beautiful old or creepy-looking tree, especially at night. And if you do, you have to immediately bite that finger. Why? Well, in Filipino animist beliefs, big old trees are not just plants, they are the homes of spirits and that's elementals and earth dwellers. These aren't your friendly Casper the Ghost type spirits either. They can be mischievous, territorial, and easily offended. Pointing your finger at their home is considered incredibly rude. It's like ringing their doorbell and then running away, but spiritually. Pointing is seen as a sign of disrespect, and it can attract the spirit's unwanted attention. They might get mad and curse you. This curse, known as or, can cause sudden illness like a high fever, a stomachache, or just a general feeling of being unwell that can't be explained by doctors. So how do you apologize for your terrible pointy-fingered manners? You have to perform a quick counter-ritual. The moment you realize you've pointed, you have to say, which is a way of saying, "Excuse me, please let me pass." It's a sign of respect to the unseen dwellers. Then, for good measure, you have to immediately bring the offending finger to your mouth and gently bite it or put some of your saliva on it. I know it sounds gross, but it's part of the apology. The saliva is believed to have protective properties that can undo the curse or break the connection you just made with the spirit by pointing. I remember being a kid pointing at a giant belay tree because I saw a cool-looking bird, and my tita literally smacked my hand down and hissed, "Bite your finger! Now!" I was so confused, but you better believe I bit my finger. You don't question a panicked tita. This belief teaches you to be mindful of your surroundings, to see nature as something more than just scenery. It instills a sense of respect for the unseen world that coexists with ours. It's a reminder that even a simple gesture can have consequences in the spiritual realm. So next time you're admiring a tree, maybe just gesture with your whole hand, or better yet, with your lips, Filipino style. It's safer for everyone involved. This next one is for the babies, the little bundles of joy who are apparently magnets for all things spooky. If you've ever been to a Filipino baby shower or seen a Filipino newborn, you've probably noticed a common color theme. Red. A lot of red. We're talking about the belief in red onesie armor. The superstition is that babies should often be dressed in red clothing to protect them from evil spirits and curses. In Filipino culture, babies are considered to be very vulnerable. Their souls are not yet fully attached to their bodies, making them susceptible to being harmed or even stolen by supernatural beings like the aswang. They are also prime targets for usog, that curse we just talked about, which can be caused by a person with a strong energy or an evil eye, simply admiring the baby too much. The admiration, even if well-intentioned, can make the baby sick. So, how do you protect the little one? With the color red. Red is believed to be a powerful, protective color that wards off evil. It's like spiritual camouflage. It makes the baby invisible or unappealing to malevolent spirits. It's a shield, an armor, a supernatural force field woven into the fabric of their cute little outfits. That's why you'll see so many Filipino babies in red onesies, red hats, red socks, or with a little red bracelet tied around their wrist. My nephew, when he was born, had a whole wardrobe that was at least 50% red. My sister-in-law was not playing games. He had red pajamas, red bibs, a red car seat cover. It was a whole vibe. And if someone complimented the baby like, "Oh, he's so cute," my sister-in-law would immediately say, "Puera usog," knock on wood, ward off the curse, and sometimes even dab a bit of her saliva on the baby's forehead or tummy. Yes, the saliva thing again. It's a multi-level security system. It's a beautiful blend of love and fear. The parents adore their baby and want to show them off, but they're also terrified of the unseen dangers that lurk. The red outfit is their way of navigating that. It's a very visible symbol of a very invisible belief system. It's a parent's love made manifest in a color choice. It's practical magic woven into the daily life of raising a child. So when you see a Filipino baby decked out in red, it's not just a fashion statement. It's not because their parents are obsessed with Taylor Swift's Red album. It's a suit of armor. It's a prayer. It's a cultural practice steeped in centuries of folklore. A silent but powerful declaration to any lurking spirits: you can't sit with us. This baby is protected. Okay, let's head back into the kitchen, where apparently everything is a sign from the universe. This superstition is for all my host with the most girlies because it's all about predicting company. I'm talking about the falling flatware forecast. In the Philippines, if you accidentally drop a piece of silverware on the floor, it's not just a clumsy moment, it's a prophecy. It means a visitor is coming. But it gets more specific than that. The type of utensil you drop tells you the gender of your impending guest. If you drop a spoon, which is kutsara in Tagalog, a feminine-sounding noun, it means a female visitor is on her way. If you drop a fork, or tinidor, a masculine-sounding noun, then you can expect a male visitor. It's a simple gendered system of culinary divination. The moment a spoon or fork clatters to the floor in a Filipino home, there's an immediate reaction. Someone will gasp and say, "Ooh, may bisita, ooh, there's a visitor." And then the analysis begins. It was a spoon, maybe Tita Mary is coming over. Or a fork, I bet it's your cousin Mark. It sets off a chain reaction of speculation and sometimes frantic cleaning. This belief is so common that people genuinely start to prepare. My mom will hear a spoon drop and immediately start tidying up the living room, just in case. It's like getting a heads up from the spirit world that you need to get your house in order. And if you drop a knife, kutsilyo, some people believe that also signifies a male visitor, while others say it means there might be a fight or argument. So, hope you drop the fork. And the crazy part is, sometimes it actually comes true. A few hours after a fork drops, the doorbell will ring and it'll be your uncle stopping by unexpectedly. And everyone will look at each other with that "I told you so" expression. It reinforces the belief every single time. It doesn't matter if it's just a coincidence. In that moment, it's proof that the universe communicates through falling cutlery. It's a small, everyday superstition that adds a little bit of excitement and mystery to a clumsy moment. It turns a mistake into a message. It makes you feel like your kitchen is a magical place where the future is revealed one dropped utensil at a time. So next time you're setting the table and a spoon slips from your grasp, don't just pick it up. Listen closely. That's the sound of the doorbell of the future. And for our final belief, let's talk about personal grooming, but with a spooky twist. This is a rule that my Lola enforced with the power of 1,000 suns. It's the nighttime nail ban. The superstition says that you must not, under any circumstances, cut your fingernails or toenails at night. Doing so will bring bad luck or even worse, cause the death of a close family member. Yes, you heard that right. A simple act of hygiene like trimming your nails is tied to life and death. If you're caught with nail clippers after sunset, you're basically tempting fate and putting your entire family at risk. The scolding you would get is legendary. My grandmother would say it invites evil spirits into the house or that it cuts your life short along with your nails. Now this belief actually has some very practical, non-spooky origins. Think about it. Back in the day, before electricity, homes were lit by candlelight or gas lamps. The lighting was terrible. If you tried to cut your nails in the dark, you could easily cut yourself, leading to an infection. And in a time before modern medicine and antibiotics, a small infection could actually become a very serious, life-threatening problem. So the warning, "Don't cut your nails at night or someone will die," was probably a very dramatic but effective way to prevent people from accidentally hurting themselves. It was a public health announcement disguised as a terrifying superstition, and it worked. The fear it instilled was so strong that the belief has survived long into the age of bright LED light bulbs. Even now, with a fully lit house where I can see every single cuticle, the idea of cutting my nails at night just feels wrong. I can hear my Lola's voice in the back of my head. It's a cultural reflex. You just wait until the morning. It's not worth the risk. Or the spiritual anxiety. It's a rule that makes no logical sense in 2023. But emotionally and culturally, it's still very much active. It's a perfect example of how these beliefs stick with us. They become a part of our routine, a piece of our heritage that we carry without even questioning it. It's a connection to our ancestors and their wisdom, even if that wisdom was just trying to stop them from getting tetanus from a rusty nail clipper in the dark. So, if you value your family and your good fortune, just put the clippers away when the sun goes down. Your manicure can wait until morning. And there you have it, my loves. 10 bizarre, beautiful, and sometimes terrifying Filipino beliefs that are still alive and kicking. I mean, can you even? From jumping for height to fighting ghosts with slippers, our culture is just on another level of extra, and I am so here for it. If you had fun, if you learned something, or if you related to any of these on a deep spiritual "my Lola yelled at me for that too" level, then you better hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and join the family, period. We're serving this kind of cultural tea all the time. Now I know for a fact that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Every Filipino family has their own unique set of superstitions, their own little rule book for keeping the bad vibes and the multos away. So now, I want to hear from you. Go down to the comments and share the wildest, weirdest, or funniest superstition your family believes in. Don't be shy, spill it all. I'm going to be reading every single one of your stories, and who knows, I might just feature the most iconic one in my next video. So give me the tea. At the end of the day, whether you believe in them or not, these superstitions are a huge part of our story. They connect us to our past, to our families, and to each other. They're a mix of ancient wisdom, wild imagination, and a whole lot of love and protection. They're a little bit of magic in our everyday lives. So, thank you for watching, stay safe, don't point at trees, don't cut your nails at night, and may all your itchy palms be the left ones. Good luck with your own superstitions, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, bitches.